Hey there, everybody. Jag, GrampyJAG, or GrumpyJAG, as the case may be. This is week 4 review. You may have thought week 3 was big. Hey, will you see big? Yeah, Bobby's been busy. And his dad has joined. So that would be SteamPappa. And perhaps at some point we'll be able to nail them both down and get them to talk. Right now, nobody's on the server again. My hours seem to be opposite of the other people's. Yeah, and even though SteamPappa is Bobby's dad, he's still a youngin'. Apparently, I got like 20 years on him. So, oh, the oldness. So anyhow, if you look around behind me, we got all kind of new building going on around here, including railroad tracks. I'll give you a little overhead view. So, farm hasn't changed much, except we now have a livestock building. We now have an armory. And we have a heavy materials, i.e. train building, which is actually a dual building with a skywalk. We also have extended the train storage and now maintain an oil tank of unbelievable proportions, along with amazingly huge tanker cars. You can't really see through the trees so much, but progress is being made over here to the emerald mine. So that spur is in the works. The gold mine spur is complete. We've got the loop. We've got even and we've been picking up gold and stuff here at the mine, and we even have a what would you call it? A tank. What do they call them? Tank farm, because we've been harvesting the oil out here in the desert. So that's what Bobby's been spending most of his time on, is shuttling all the oil that I collected. And his big engine, we had to actually build a diesel, is parked over in this area. It comes up, backs the tankers in. They automatically unload into the tank. There will be a pipe eventually, the underwater pipe that goes over here to the processing facility. So let me get out of map mode and we can take a little bit closer look at things. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go and put myself looking forward so I don't fall. Well, if I fall the right way. So yay, there. From the top of my tower. And you'll notice, even in here, I've done a little redecorating. Put some new glass in. There's some changes down below as well. Not nearly as stark and significant as what we've got up here, but yeah. Oh, I put some windows in my house too. But yeah, here it is. This is where he builds the trains, and this is all uranium sheet metal. And big, honking, dangerous machines that take a ton of power. I'm glad we've got this little energy cell here as a buffer. Otherwise, he'd be sucking me dry. I don't think he realizes just how much he draws and how that limits him. Don't tell him. We go up on the catwalk here. That is all molten steel. So you drop the steel in here and it goes in there, and from there you can cast parts. Not entirely sure what that thing does. It's a press of some sort down there. Anyhow, this is the Skyway. Keeps the rain off of you. Brings us over to SteamPapa. Oh, we got floodlights. This is, oh, come on, work. Work. Let me down, ladder. There we go. This is SteamPapa's workshop. He's got a bunch of stuff going. He's trying to get this all working right, but it is eating salt faster than we could make it at one point. So he hasn't made a whole lot of progress there. We've been trying to dig up diamonds. Oh, excuse me. Digging up diamonds so he can upgrade all these things. I've got 150-ish, so hopefully that's enough. He says he needs a lot, whatever a lot is. And this is where SteamPappa has decided to put down his roots. So he's put in a nice little walkway. He's got some trees for decoration. And you can see my charcoal machine over there. And this is his house. So, got some interesting textures. Got some windows. Got a hole in the ground. Must be going to be running something there. Got a little fence. Ah! For those of us who try and break in. Yeah, now I got to go back the long way. All the way back to square one. There we go. So SteamPapa's been in for just about a week. He's a fairly Spartan kind of guy, sort of like me. He hasn't had a chance to accumulate a lot. This is kind of cool. I like that. And I've been dropping off lots of netherrack for him because he likes netherrack, as you can tell. So that's Papa's place. Bobby don't have a place here. He just kind of pops in. Flies in from up north. Yeah. Did I tell you he ran me over with a train? I now have safety signs put up. Speed limit 3 miles an hour. He hit me doing 50. By the time I saw him, I was jumping. He caught me mid-jump. I think it actually was this little bugger that got me. Cute thing. The blue and the yellow. So this is basically where he designs, builds, and moves things out. We are going to cut across so that you can see some of the stuff before it gets dark again. And I will cut and go back to recording once the sun comes back up. But these are what he calls tonks. They, how do I look in? Yeah, they carry 104 buckets each, which ain't much. Can I get off? Thank you. This is the oil tank, and these are offloaders. So all you gotta do is pull over, and they automatically offload the oil into this gargantuan tank, which currently is glitching on the textures. You can't see the oil. Not even certain if you can. Oh, there it is. Yeah, crude oil is. He's got about 3,000 in, so he's made some good progress because I had way more than that collected. So when we get back to sunshine, we'll continue. Yeah, so these are the tonks now that we can see them in the sun. I gotta be careful here because he didn't leave a whole lot of room to walk. But he's been running back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, hauling all that oil that I gathered. Ooh, look at me run. Yes, don't walk on the rails. That's how I got deaded. You could see the oil for a second, then it flatted out. There's not much in there. It's pretty thin. I mean, if we were ever to fill this, oh my God. And here's some of the cargo cars. We just offloaded a batch of cargo from the gold mine. And again, that automatically offloads and goes into this buffer box, which then goes, I don't know if you can see it, goes into the ME system directly. So all the way from here down underground in there to the central ME storage. And we are, oh, by the way, this is one of our, what do you call it, slime block saplings that took off. They finally started growing. Didn't think they were ever going to grow. We're going to go this way, out towards the gold mine, slowly. There's a lot of things to see. We did do a little quickie on the salinization plant. We did a little upgrade, little change to it because of SteamPappa's machine. We went with a full-on salinization for salt. And now we have more salt than we could ever hope to use. And through here, this is oil processing. So, and this is what we had to build. Bobby went through, I don't know how many engines before he came up with this thing. This is a diesel engine. It's the only thing that's got the power to pull all those tankers and make the grades that he's got. I did the distillation tower, set up power, all the hookups and everything. Eventually, like I say, we're going to run a pipeline under the ocean over there, and we'll be able to run this whenever. You flip a switch, it's on. You flip a switch, it's off. All the bitumen is going out because we have like no use, no interest in it. And there's a trick to this, apparently. You got to hold a container. And that's how you see. So we have, this tank is for lubricant. This tank is for gasoline. And then this is what we're actually after, which is the diesel to fuel that monster. And moving on. We're going to run on the tracks because Bobby's not on the server, so it's safe. Don't do this out in the real world, kids. Walking the rails is dangerous. Never had a problem with it myself until, about an hour or so ago when Bobby ran me down. Yes, you're not going to get off the hook for that, Bobby. Now, this does take a bit of a run to get out here. Oh, I better check my food. Get my food ready because I am going to be starving at some point here, Marvin. So you're going to start seeing off to the right some of my, what I call derricks. These are the constructs I use to get the pump up to pump out the fountaining oil, among other things. So first we have to cross the wasteland. Yay. See here, you got that rhythm, that rhythm. You could start making a song. Yeah, we aren't going to go there. My songs are terrible. Ask Bobby, he's heard them. All right. This is about the 2/3 point, this brick building. So we should start seeing stuff. I see the peel off coming up. He's got a line that's going to go off into the desert, and you can start to see my derricks. There's another one. The big one. There's the That's not the big one, but it's a big one. That's the crazy one. That looks like the aliens built it. I don't know what the heck I was doing when I built that. But yeah. And these are my storage tanks. And I have 8 of them currently. Let's see. Get our bucket. Oh, he made progress. He finally got that one empty. Where are we at on this? Oh, that one's empty. Ah, so he cleared out 2 of these. That's quite an accomplishment. These hold about 2,000 buckets a pop. So I may actually have to go find more oil for him soon. Yay. Get me something to eat. And we're coming upon the spot where I died. So now we have safety signs, work zone, speed limit, 3 miles per hour. I got hit at 50. Right about here. So I was coming back from the gold mine. I had just popped out and had started running. And here's the thing, and I've got some footage to show you the trains, but here's the thing. You can only see them from about a chunk to 2 chunks away. So I got right about here, and right about there is this pile of steel. Like that. It's like, it wasn't his normal put, where I can normally outrun the train. No, he was doing 50 miles an hour and hit me mid-jump getting into the water. So, wasn't pretty. And yeah, he's cleaned these out, so I'll need to take these downstairs. When I get product, which is basically ore materials, I load them up into these crates. I set the crates up here. When he makes a round, periodically he picks the crates up if he's got the cars instead of the tankers. And then we haul it back. So this is the gold mine. We've moved the quarry that was mining out the ocean is now mining out the mesa. So this is kind of funky. Let's get over to the mesa. All right. So I'm here, and the mesa runs kind of like that. So we're getting into desert and ocean and river, and yeah, probably at the end of this I'll make it turn and go this way. I'll probably have to build another staging area. Eventually, I really want to get up into this. The thing about this is all just honeycombed with dungeon. This is a huge, and I mean huge, area. It runs something like what you see here, and that is all dungeon. So yeah, fun. So right now, quarry is still knocking out all the overburden, and once the lasers are done destroying the blocks up here between these caution lines, it will build out the actual quarry machinery and start digging this out. And all the junk gets filtered out. Everything I don't want gets filtered out. So we wind up with gem materials, ore, and coal down in here. And periodically I'll come down, clean those out, fill up crates, set them up for Bobby. So you get the whole idea there. Eventually this whole operation's gonna move. What we use these spaces for after that, I don't know. Might use them for some sort of facility, might just let them go fallow, don't know. Depends on how many people we get on the server. Someone this might make a nice little base for. I don't know. You're going to hear me say that a lot. I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Let's see if I can get up here and we can get a better look at the monster. Yeah. Can't really see it, but that thing, there was a huge oil spout, and I mean huge. And maybe next time, one of these times, I'll run you up there and look at it. But we got probably 8,500 buckets of oil out of that one spout. That is the biggest spout I have ever tapped. I have never seen an oil spout that had that much oil in it. It was amazing. Anyhow, we're back to dark. I will cut back when I get back to the base. Anything I build, and I attribute to this to being in survival constantly, but anything I build has got lots of light, in case you hadn't figured that out. Lots of light. You see over there? No light. That's a Bobby build. Of course, I guess when you're invincible and you can see in the dark, light is not the most interesting thing. But I throw up torches pretty much everywhere. The only reason he's got torches over there is because I put them. Because he keeps trying to show me stuff, and it's like, you know it's dark, right? This is why I could show you a little bit of the tankers, but it wasn't really the best. I had to throw all these down so I could see what he was talking about. And still can't see the texture. All right. We are in the basement now, so we're back in my area of the woods. So, yeah, I have to look at the back of my head just to make sure it's still there. So, we have had to do a little upgrading. We now have a full-on power system. Had a strange glitch that Bobby reported. I haven't seen it, but apparently the electric pumps cleared out all of the source blocks, or something happened to destroy the source blocks. There was a glitch, something. And Bobby had to go and put lava back in here. It shouldn't do that. These are infinite source blocks. But because he built all of the train stuff, we actually, once we got this filled, because it took forever, we actually were losing ground. And those machines of his take a hell of a lot of power. So now all of we added 3 more magmatic dynamos. They are all up to signalum level, and they all have 3 augments running. So they kick out 400 RF per tick each, which puts me ahead of whatever is being used currently. We'll see how far we have to stress the system. Already started laying out tube work for additional magma dynamos if we need them. This is one of Senior's projects. He's got Cloche-ing running, and I think it's shut down because it's full probably. Yes, he's got hemp. He's running hemp now. So he did have sugarcane and cactus in here earlier. Not certain what he's going for at this point, but it does work. So cloches, yes. In fact, if we set up cloches, we could probably do charcoal a lot more efficiently than what we've got out there with the pit. But at the time, the charcoal quarry was the best possibility we had. So may look into doing cloches and some sort of an electric furnace to get the charcoal, because we are still going to use charcoal. Oh my god, are we going to use charcoal? Can't get away from it. ME unit now has 8 drives, and we have got 5 of them with something in them. So I'm going to have to fill out these next 2 drives and probably make a second ME drive box, because we are just adding. Yeah, okay, good, we're good there. Not much has changed in here to speak of. We've got a plate maker now. We've got pulverizer, which lets us pull secondary materials out. I've got a bunch of copper, or excuse me, I had a bunch of copper. Looks like it's almost all processed. So the copper's processed, and that kicks out gold. The iron is going to kick out nickel. So we'll have a little extra nickel. I now have a, what the heck's the word? A register for various types of fluids, including the cryothium. Don't touch that. And we have blood. We tried blood in the Nether because sometimes... Oh, and this is actually a feed into here so that we can run steel more efficiently. Blood in some versions of Minecraft. If you have blood pools, see, we've got the flesh, but I couldn't find any blood pools, so we made some blood. Turns out blood does not work in the Nether like water. Not in this one. So, had to go in and get rid of lava the hard way. I don't know. It must have been like Better Nether or something has the blood pools in it, and if you get the blood pools, they will act on the lava just like water does in the overworld. So that makes using a quarry in the Nether a whole lot easier. Yes, you can use a quarry for anything. I'm a firm believer. Anything you can do better with a quarry. Whoopsie, slipped off the ledge. So glad I put these in. And we got to be careful up here. There's a place where a ghast can spawn and keeps trying to jump me. Right over there. In those benches that I was digging out, there's just enough room for one to spawn. Yeah, you can see where I've had to do ghast patching. If you look at the mini-map, you see all that lava. That's the quarry we dug out. We got a fairly good yield out of this quarry. Not 100%, because we didn't have any blood we could use, but it was sufficient. Got myself a bunch of nether quartz, which is what we were after. And I'll just poke a hole in here. You can see. So, in theory, I could go and I could shut down all that lava if I spent enough time doing it. And I dodged the things that are trying to shoot at me or blow me up in the case of, yes, Mr. Ghast, which we can hear out there. So I'm going to just close this back up. Probably going to push this tunnel down and run a couple of quarries off either side. I am going to try changing this power system and get away from charcoal on this one. So what I am thinking, since we have an infinite resource in lava, I push this wall back a little bit ways. I put in a pool of lava with a pump and a magma generator. So to get this whole process running, we're going to have to put 1 bucket of lava in the lava generator. Lava generator runs the pump. Pump pumps the lava over to a fluid transposer, which is also being run by the magma generator. And in the meantime, magma generator is being fed lava. Fluid transposer puts lava in the buckets. The buckets are deposited in the Stirling engines. Is this not turned off? I thought I turned this off. Nope, now it's off. And the Stirling engines can use the lava because they're heat engines. And then the buckets are returned back to the fluid transposer and run through the cycle again. Like so. The trick is, how many buckets do you need to have in the circuit at any given time so that they go through without jamming everything else up. May have to put a couple of sort pipes in there to differentiate between bucket of lava and bucket of no lava, so they get shunted to the right places. Crafting stack has been working great. This is where I've been getting all those big chunks of netherrack for senior SteamPappa. And that's pretty much everything we got done this week. That was a hell of a lot. So I hope you like the overview. And again, I've got other shorts that I'm going to be adding that came from this week, and possibly splicing in a few sections of trains running around. Hi guys. I better get ready. So yeah, next week, who knows? With the progress that we made this week, who knows what next week will bring? Aiden is moving in about a week, 2 weeks. Perhaps once he gets situated, he will be able to join us and help build whatever it is project that we come up with next. Because just as soon as I think, we've built everything, we get into something else. And then it starts working synergistically between the three of us. So, ow, I always do that. Yeah, my armor's looking ragged. I have to get armor. There we go. Just because I don't like hanging in the Nether doing nothing. Yay! Back to the jolly green building. I think it's kind of cool. So, anyways, see you next time. Week 5. What will week 5 bring? Who knows? Who knows? Another person? Another set of creative ideas with perhaps their own specialty? Don't know. But we will find out. Bye-bye.